Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name's Max, and we're going to be learning some lessons today in Pauper. But before I get into this deck and all the card choices, let me just shout out my channel. It's youtube.com/snapbolt. There's a link down below to check out the channel. Go check it out. If you like the content, please subscribe. It helps me out. You can also turn on channel notifications to see when I have new decks that come out. Again, I'm going to be releasing decks every day. I'm right in the middle of STRIXHAVEN testing. STRIXHAVEN just came out. I'm trying all the new cards, new brews every day from the last couple decks onward. So like my channel, subscribe. Thank you so much. Okay, now what are we going to be playing today? This is a brew testing out the power of Learn in Pauper. And the card I'm choosing to test is Cram Session. This is one hybrid black-green in one. So 2 mana sorcery, gain 4 life. Learn. And if you don't know, Learn says you can reveal a lesson card you own from outside the game and put it into your hand, or you can discard a card and then draw a card. So this is basically gain 4 life and then draw one of these lessons from your sideboard. So it's like gain 4 and then draw your choice of one of these cards, or gain 4, discard a card, draw a card. But almost every time we're going to be grabbing one of these, one of these lessons. Okay, so I'll get into the deck and then I'll get into like all the lesson choices and why I chose to play Cram Session, etc. So this is just the rock, basically, black-green mid-range. It's kind of like Jund, but instead of getting Boarding Party, which is a really good card, we just get Pestilence and Crypt Rats because we have much more black mana. We don't need 3 colors. And then we just play a bunch of black removal and green card advantage creatures and 4 Visionary, 4 Packmate, 4 Dino, or 3 Dino, excuse me. And then we have 2 Thorns to round out our creature count. And then other than that, it's just value and removal, basically. Bonder's Ornament, Pestilence, Crypt Rats, 3 Snuff Out, 4 Cast Down, 3 Chainer's Edict, and then 2 Pulse Marasa for life gain and value. And the reason why I'm trying Cram Session in this deck, not only because it's such a grindy card in this deck, which seems pretty good, but the gain 4 I think is strong. This deck has such a good late game, and gain life is good with Crypt Rats and Pestilence as well. So like just having 4 Cram Session in the deck, we just can gain a bunch of life, and then that allows us to Pestilence pretty nicely. So I think Cram Session is the best choice here. There's also the 1 black, 1 colorless sorcery. It makes a 1/1 pest, and then you learn. That could be better, but there's a ton of burn in the leagues right now. And again, I think the gain 4 combined with these wrath effects that deal you and them damage is going to be pretty strong. Plus, again, just getting to the late game, gaining 4 life, buying time seems pretty nice. Okay, now let's get into the lessons that I chose to run with Cram Session. I'm running 7. That's a ton. It's a ton of our sideboard space, but I just want to test them out and see which ones I go for. And we can cut this package down once we play the deck more, but I need it all there. Because if like I find, for example, that I never ever will learn and basically take Introduction to Annihilation. This is 5 mana, exile target non-land permanent, its controller draws a card. I thought this would be nice to have access to because then you can learn for a lesson that is a removal spell, even though it's a really bad one. What if there's a situation like where you're like, I'm on 8 mana, I only have like a Cram Session or 2 in my hand, and if I just can remove their blocker, I'll win. Then you can just get this and kill them. So it does have some uses, even though you aren't going to get it that much. And that's what I really like about the Learn package, is you can just get whatever depending on the situation you're in. I played like 2 games with this deck in the practice room, and Environmental Science actually seemed pretty good. If you're a land light, just going Cram Session to get Environmental Science, then next turn cast it, get a land, and then you've gained 6 life and you've drawn the land you want. It's super slow and clunky, but I think that's still fine because late game Cram Session, if you have like 10 mana, you could just go Cram Session, get Fractal Summoning, and then either Fractal Summoning this turn for a 6/6 or next turn for an 8/8 or bigger. So this card is good early, it's good late, and that's why I like it. I think the best thing to get is generally Inkling Summoning. It doesn't sound that good, but 3 mana, 2/1 flying, just like that you can take whenever, is pretty strong. Pest Summoning could be good if we want ground blockers. But I think mostly you're going to be getting Inkling Summoning. I might even want 2 Summoning in the sideboard. I don't know yet. We'll see. I just feel like if you get 1 Summoning, later you can just get the Fractal Summoning. If you get Inkling first, later you probably get Fractal. So that's why I'm just doing the 1/1. And then another interesting one is Expanded Anatomy. This just puts 2+1/+1 counters on a creature and it gains Vigilance for 3 mana. Bad card, but in certain situations it could be good. Like if you just have a Dino out or something and you just go get Expanded Anatomy, give it 2+1/+1 counters and Vigilance attack for certain decks, that could be strong. Also, it's a combo with Crypt Rats because you just put 2 counters on it and then you can activate Crypt Rats for 2 and it doesn't kill itself. So that's kind of sick. But then we just have some other classic black-green sideboard cards: Sabotage, Spellbomb, 1 Spider, 1 Reaping, 2 Duress. So our sideboard's basically really small because we have this huge lesson package. And that's basically the deck. Tons of dual lands, 4 Rot Farm, 4 Woodland Chasm, 3 Ash Barrens. So infinite tap lands here. And then 4 forests, 5 swamps. But yeah, infinite tap lands. So basically, like you can see, we don't even have any 1-drops. A lot of times we're just playing like tap land turn 1, Rot Farm turn 2, and then like we're just going super slow, just like Jund, clunky, but we have Wraths, and we have a little bit better mana. So that's the deck. I'm pretty excited. In the practice games I played, the Learn package was strong. So I'm excited to see how it goes in this league. And let's just go right into round 1. Let's not delay too much longer. Let's go. All right, welcome to round 1 against Lindosa 01. Lindosa, we've played this opponent before. My brain is telling me that they're on mono white heroic usually, but we'll see. Would you like to play first? This hand is pretty slow, but we have 2 cast downs. I'm gonna keep. Maybe Lindosa plays different decks. I don't really remember. I mean, there's gonna be a ton of clunky hands with this deck because we have so many tap lands. Oh, Colony Garden. This looks like it might be a Groff deck, which we should be good against Groff decks because black removal is actually really good against Groff. Like if they just go turn 2 Groff here, that's just like not a problem for us. Then we just kill Groff with a cast down and move on with our lives. This is going to be a Groff for sure. Oh, it's just Boggles. It's Boggles. Okay. Well, that's worse for me. I need to draw. I have 3 edicts in the deck, so I basically need to draw an edict and keep the other creatures off the board. That, I mean, not drawing a land was obviously just terrible for us. So I'm in a really bad spot here. Might just lose. A land for Crypt Rats would have been decent there as well. It's gonna be tough here. It's possible I should have just cast down this, so if I draw edict, I can get this, but I want to just get Wolf down if I can. I just need to answer this with an edict, basically. It's that simple. I still think I want to draw a card. I could just pass with cast down up, cast down this, hope to draw edict, but I think this is better. Also, if they just play another creature, it's going to be really bad for me. All right, let's play a tap land. Pass. Next turn I could like play Bonder's Ornament, leave up, cast down, but I might just not have enough time for that. So they commune, they take Ethereal Armor, they cast it, and they have a 10 power thing that I can't block. Okay, 13 power, 1 more enchantment and I die. Okay. So I need to draw exactly Chainer's Edict here to survive. We don't. Cram Session, not going to do it. I think we just got killed here. That's fine. Their deck functioned. We stumbled. Gleeful Sabotage coming in. Duress coming in. Dino's a bit slow. The targeted removal's not very good. The Wraths are actually good, I think, because Wrath plus Edict is where I want to be. And I want to just leave in the Learn Lesson package, I think. I mean, Cast Down and Snuff Out are not very good. I need some number of them to deal with like stuff like Colony Gardens to make my Chainer's Edicts better, but I definitely don't want too much. Pulse of Marasa is also not very good. Maybe I just keep in more removal. I could bring in Penumbra Spider because it can block twice. I can just leave in Pulse to just go like chump with Visionary, Pulse it back, gain 6, buy time. Potentially that way. I can just leave in like one Pulse, side out a couple removal spells and a Dino. Maybe I just don't side out Dino. Yeah. I don't want too much removal. Because most of the time they're just only going to play hexproof creatures. I'll try it like this. Not 100%. Maybe I'm supposed to bring in Spider also because, again, removal doesn't do anything most of the time. Maybe I want Snuff Out over Cast Down just because it's 0 mana. That's actually relevant. Like, the life might not matter as much as the tempo of mana. 2 Snuff Out, 1 Cast Down, and then triple Chainer's Edict, and then Pestilence and Crypt Rats. And then just rely on this interaction as well. All right. This matchup's not actually terrible for us, especially with all the edicts we have. I'm going to keep this. We have a Gleeful Sabotage, we have an Edict, so it's not bad. Our hand's really slow, but again, a lot of hands with this deck are going to be really slow. And if they just play a Boggle and suit it up, that's pretty good for us. Right, second Rot Farm, incredibly clunky. Classic the Rock here. Now we actually have a ton of mana. If they don't play a creature, I probably don't even want a Chainer's Edict this early anyway. I want them to commit to a creature and then I'll Chainer's Edict. Like commit more enchantments onto a creature than I Edict. So I'm probably just going for Packmate, play a tap land. I could also go land Bonder's Ornament right now. Getting the tap land down is decent, but I get more mana from Bonder's Ornament. So if I go untapped land Bonders, next turn I'll have 4 mana. Then I can go cast Packmate, or I can cast like Gleeful Sabotage and Chainer's Edict or something. I think I like the Bonder's Ornament line because it just gets my Bonders down. Yeah, I don't get to play the tap land, but I think I like this line better. It just gives me 4 mana on this next turn to use on like whatever I want to use it on. I could go Chainer's Edict plus 4 Packmate. I could just play Thorn. I have options. Heliod's Pilgrim. That's the one. That's like, they usually play one of these, which my removal can kill, but interesting that they just run that out. There's a Packmate. So I can play Thorn. I guess it's a little bit risky. I mean, they have to like make my Thorn not able to block this somehow. Which, how can they, I guess they can play like a trampling effect on this. I mean, if they're committing to this, it's not that bad for me. I'm just going to play a Wolf. I can play this later, I think, when it's a little bit safer for me to do so. I'm just going to cast Wolf, Crypt Rats, and then play Rot Farm. Pass. This is looking decent here. I'd like to get that Pilgrim off the board and then Edict away a Boggle. Like, are they just going to go in on this? That would be pretty aggressive. All right, they are. I mean, I can Crypt Rats the board away. As long as they don't make their Pilgrim too big. That's what I'm going to plan to do. Yeah, I lose my Packmate, but... Wow. Okay, well, they just made a 7-8. Okay. 10-9 trample. They just went in on this. That's so interesting. So I can take 10. Is it better to just chump right now? I think it might be. Just save 3 damage, basically. So cast down. Oh, there's another Chainer's Edict. Perfect. So now I can just go Edict, Edict, and then they have Rancor and 3 other cards. Yeah. Let's do it. Sucks to have to use the edict here just on this, but I mean, I think it's worth it. So they get their Rancor back. And then I can just foretell a Packmate right now. Or I can get bogged down. I have 4, 5. I think I'm just going to foretell Packmate. So 4, 5, 6 mana next turn. So I can spend 3 on Crypt Rats, and then I can Crypt Rats for 3, and they just concede. Wow. Yeah, I think this matchup's not terrible for us, just in the fact that we have triple Edict and Wraths, which is nice. Plus, we just have good interaction. Have not actually cast a Cram Session yet. Do I want like one more removal spell over like a Dino or something? I don't think so. Again, sometimes you do have to like kill the 1/1 token and then Edict, even if they only have one creature. All right, I'm on the draw. I'll just play it a little safer with a little less late game power of the Dino and another removal spell just for like a random 1/1. Because we do want to draw some number of like cast down effects, I think. All right. Let's see what this can do. Probably not much. Maybe this hand was supposed to be a mulligan. Duress. All right, well, I'm going to duress right now. That was a great draw. They have a tap land, Abundant Growth, Sprawl, and Armadillo Mask. Maybe I don't care about Armadillo Cloak, because the lifelink I don't really care about. It's just the huge power I care about. I think I'm just taking Ancestral Mask. It would be interesting to take Sprawl as well, to just cut them off of mana, but I think just taking Mask is where I want to be. I think I just want to try to stay alive. I don't care about like +2/+2 trample lifelink. Okay, they just go Abundant Growth and then play a tap land. And we know these 2 cards plus a random card they drew off Growth and a random card they drew for turn. All right, let's get these Cram Sessions going. I think I'll just get Pest Summoning here. And then probably play Pest Summoning next turn, or I could just play Visionary as well. Probably play Visionary first, but this is nice chump blockers to have. Then they go Sprawl, Land, Armadillo Cloak. It's interesting that they went Abundant Growth before Sprawl. Rancor or another creature? Ledgewalker, sure. I think I just play Visionary here. It gets me more mana. And draws a card right now. They're not really doing much. They'll probably just suit up a Ledgewalker. Then get in for 3. That's fine. I get hit down to 19. And I have 5 mana potentially next turn that I can use. So I can get Introduction to Annihilation to just exile like a big enchantment if they get that. I kind of want to just keep drawing cards and getting a bunch of mana right now. I don't need to Cram Session right now. I mean, Inkling Summoning doesn't do much against this. Introduction to Prophecy is not actually that bad though, because I can find what I need, but I could just cast that next turn. I think what I like is play Bonder's Ornament, play Untapped Land, play Llanowar Visionary. Then I get so much mana and draw a card. So I'm going to take that line. Nice. Looking good here, looking good. They have 3 cards. They can do something. If they have like Ethereal Armor or Ancestral Mask, it's going to be bad. And they found Ancestral Mask. They can't cast it this turn, but they can cast it next turn. And a plant. Okay, I need a Wrath here. Wrath this turn would be so good. Crypt Rats specifically. Snuff out. Okay, well I can snuff out this. Introduction to Annihilation's a sorcery, right? Yeah, it's a sorcery lesson. Because they're going to make a huge thing. I think I kind of do need to get Intro to Annihilation. I could get Introduction to Prophecy to look for what I need. To look for... Let's see. Maybe not, actually. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just 100% wrong here. Because I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Can't I just go snuff out your plant, not even paying life, or I could if I want, go to 12. This is going to give 1, 2, 3, 4, at least +8/+8. So this is going to be 11 power. It's close, it's close. I do want to cast Cram Session as well, so let's think about this turn carefully. Because I can Flashback Edict next turn is what I'm thinking. I can go Snuff Out, kill the plant. Chainer's Edict, they'll sack Glade Cover Scout, then they go Ancestral Mask here. I just need to survive, and then I Flashback Edict to kill this. And they cannot have another creature. So, what if I go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, but then I can't play Rot Farm. What I can do is I can play Snuff Out for life, Cram Session, play Pest Summoning and Chainer's Edict, and then leave one Visionary untapped for whatever that's worth, or attack. All right, I'm just going to go for that. Snuff out this plant. Chainer's Edict them. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm 1 mana off Flashback Edict this turn, which kind of sucks. Let's go Cram Session, go to 16. So I could get Introduction to Annihilation to be safe, or I can get Intro to Prophecy. It's pretty close. I mean, playing Pest Summoning here isn't really doing much. Neither is a huge Fractal Summoning token. So I think it's between Annihilation and Prophecy here. I guess I could also loot instead of getting one of these, but I think Prophecy is probably just better. Let's just get Prophecy, and then I think I just cast Summoning here. And then I'm at 16, so it's not likely that I die to this mask. And then I go Rot Farm, Bounce Forest. Okay. So funny how Magic Online does this. It's like it says it twice. It's like you only need to say it once. Okay, well this was bad. So now I need to find a Wrath. Oh, well now they have a huge creature, so I think I might just be dead now. I'm going to 5. Now, if I had an Introduction to Annihilation, I might be okay. I guess another Edict does it. All right, let's go. Oh yeah, Prophecy here. Bottom. Woodland Chasm. Doesn't do it. I think I lose. Ah, damn. They had the second creature, so I couldn't just Chainer's Edict to them. I think I'm going down to Boggles. There's nothing I can do, right? GG's. Lesson's not strong enough there. Yeah, Yeah, I mean, if I had just gotten Annihilation, kill this, then I survive, then Gleeful Sabotage. Damn. Just needed a Wrath, or I guess them to not have another creature. I think I played it okay. What if I had, yeah, if I had cast the Snuff Out for 4 mana, I don't think that would have mattered. That was a close match, so I think the deck still felt fine. Like I think that matchup isn't bad for us. Maybe I didn't keep good hands, so we could work on that. But close match, lost the first one. Let's go round two. All right, welcome to round two. We lost round one to Boggles. It's okay. We're getting sweet. Would you like to play first? Yes, I would. Clunky hand. Looks great. They said hi. Hi, Snapbolt. Yep, Snapbolt. Let's see. Have we played Sweet before? I think we have. The name did look familiar. All right, what you got, Sweet? Okay, no creature on one. Okay. Just gonna play Rot Farm here. Just float one to trick them out. I cannot snuff out any longer because I do not have a swamp anymore. Brainstorm, end of turn. Is this just blue-red Fae? I like the otter on their profile pic. Augur of Bolas, okay. Blue-black Fae, okay. Probably just going to kill this now while I know I can resolve it. Let's just go Snuff Out for life. And then foretell attack. And then pass. So we know they have a Snuff Out in hand. That's fine. They can cast it. Probably just going to cast a Pac-Man. I could just foretell another one. Why don't I start by trying to cast one? Because then I can still foretell another one now. Counterspell. Yep. And then foretell. Would have been interesting to just go land, foretell, and then don't even cast either of them to play around counterspell. But I think that's fine. These Pestilence are decent against Fae as well. Same with this Dino. We have another Snuff Out. And just cast this Packmate here. Bog. Just gonna go for this. I know they can have another counterspell, but might as well just start churning through their counters. Just bog them so they can't angler. Getting closer and closer to this Dino here. If they play a small creature, I probably just go for Pestilence. Okay. Hopefully we stranded an angler in their hand. Crypt Rats. Alright, let's try to cast that. That cannot be killed with Snuff Out, so that's nice. Yeah, countering both of our wolves is definitely annoying for us. I mean, they could just cast down this or play one of their many removal spells on it as well. Looks like they're pretty flooded over there. Ooh, Jessian Thief. Nice. They probably have a spell they can cast to make this 4 toughness. Rot Farm. Rot Farm is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can Dino next turn. Could just go Snuff Out for 4 life right now. Or I can just pass the turn on their upkeep, just cast it for 4 mana. I think I like just passing the turn here. Just going Rot Farm, bounce Forest. And then if they play a spell end of turn, I could consider going for Crypt Rats for X equals 3. I kind of like upkeep, just Snuff Out this for 4 mana. They could have... I don't think they're going to have Force Spike and blue-black Fae. I think I just go for the cast for mana here on their upkeep. If they have another counterspell, they do. They do. Okay. I guess now they get a prowess trigger, but that's not like the biggest deal. I made them use mana on their turn, which is relevant. So I can let them draw a card, or I can chump with rats. I almost like chumping. I don't want them to draw any cards. And I don't really want to just crack rats. All right, I'm just going to chump. I could be wrong as well, but I have 2 Pestilence that I can still Wrath with. They've used 3 out of 4 counterspells already. It's a lot. And Spell Stutter is just not good against me. Because most of my spells are pretty expensive. I have some 2-drops, but most of my other spells cost a lot of mana. Chainer's Edict. It's a good one. Can always flashback an Edict next turn. Another counterspell? Brainstorm. Looking for the 4th counter, maybe? Or we're going to flash in a Spell Stutter, perhaps. They could flash in Spell Stutter and then snuff out my Dino. Or they just sack. Nice. That's good for me. Okay. Pass the turn. And then this is definitely going to die to a snuff out. There's no rush for them to do it. But that's okay. That's part of the game. I mean, part of like this matchup. That's how this goes. Pretty grindy. Snuff out. Just tap out for it. Okay, I can flashback an Edict. Kind of like doing that. I can also... Let's see. Do I have enough mana? I can go Pestilence. Then... Let's see. 4 mana for Pestilence. I'll have 3 mana left over. Could play Ash Barrens, but that doesn't really help because I have already 3 green mana out. I'm just thinking if I could go play Pestilence, kill their Augur, and play Visionary, and I don't have enough mana for that. Not even close. I could just trade a Pestilence for this, but I don't want to get ninja'd here. I think I just like Flashback and Edict, so I'm just going to go basic land cycling, get Swamp, Flashback Chainer's Edict right now. Seems good to me. And then again, I still have these 2 Pestilence here, which if I have to just trade 1 for 1 with a Pestilence, then that's fine. Preordain. Now our cram sessions are actually getting pretty good, because now they're actually pretty big threats. And the game 4 is not bad. Packmate. Alright, so now I can go Pestilence. And hope if this resolves, it's going to be so good, because now I can go play a Visionary and then Pestilence for 1, because then this plays around a 4 spike by playing this first. And then I have a creature in play. I mean, I guess they just kill this, but it's fine. So my Pestilence is going to die, but they have nothing on board. They have 2 cards in hand. Feeling pretty decent here. Now, any cram session I draw is just a huge fractal token. I have another, Pulsamarasa. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, let's go. Let's just pulse back Dino right now and try to cast it. They've already used so many counterspells that I'm just not really going to play around counterspell. Okay, the 4th one. Okay. Is what it is. Still get to resolve this. Thorn. Okay, Thorn's good. Especially since they have no creatures right now. Behold the Multiverse? Oh, Snuff Out. Okay. Well, this should be decent. Augur, okay. So I can go Pestilence, ping, 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 and then I don't have enough mana to play another creature. What'd they get? They got no cards with Augur. They have 1 card left. I just feel like it's too risky to go for Thorn right now, but I have a sick line, which I can actually do, which is just play Pestilence, and then on their end step, I can go ping, 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 kill the board, and then on my turn play a creature, and then this only says at the beginning of the next end step. So that's a nice little Pestilence trick you can do. Let's just put a worm on top. So we know we're drawing Dino next turn. Yes, I want to use the ability 3. Nice, look at that hotkey. Getting better at the hotkeys. And then if they ninja here, they ninja here. I'll just take the hit, probably, to keep my Pestilence alive. Honestly, I think it's worth it, because Pestilence on the board, they can't really deal with. So yeah, if they ninja here, it's fine. And then end step, Pestilence 3 times. This is sweet. So I'm down to 11. And then see, my Pestilence doesn't die because I did it on their end step, and this only triggers at the beginning of the end step. 4, 5, 6, 7, Dino. Could have been better just to cast Thorn, honestly, but... Oh, cast down? Brutal. They have 2 cards left. Okay, that sucked. Now my Pestilence dies. Sure. Yeah, now I wish I had just cast Thorn. But maybe now next turn I can cast Thorn plus another spell that I draw. Cram Session? I guess I just lead with that. Probably just going to get Fractal Summoning and then just play a Thorn and then play the Fractal next turn. I think that's better than getting like Prophecy or something. And then, yeah, next turn I can just play a huge, they say nice. Thanks. And then, yeah, next turn I can just play a huge Fractal Summoning. The game 4 is reasonable. Oh, so also they're probably just not even Fey at all. I should have like said that earlier, but yeah, they're probably just blue black Delver. Okay, well that's nice too. That's kind of what I was worried about. I still have this Bonders, so I can still keep up in cards, but that was obviously bad. The good news is them already using 4 counter spells that I just don't have to worry about that at all. All right, so I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. I don't need to make this so massive. I think I do want to play Visionary, because if I just find a removal spell, then I can just take the Monarch back. All right, that sucks. I think I'm just going to attack. I do want this to be at least bigger than a 5/5 so I can get through an Angler. Wow, that just wrecked me. That was like the best Agony Warp I've ever seen. Okay, that sucked. 1, 2, and then I can only play a Fractal for 5. That sucks. And they have this still. I think I do need to get my Fractal down, and I think I'm just going to make it a 5/5 because oh, I need to tap differently. Because at least, yeah, this just sucks. That turn, those turns just did not go well for me. I mean, again, I still have Bonders Ornament to maybe keep up in cards, but yeah, pretty rough there. Just really rough sequence with them playing Thorn after I played Thorn. And maybe I should have just played a huge Fractal, because now if they have an Angler, it's pretty annoying. Is this Angler? Feels like it is. Damn. Oh man, just getting wrecked here. I mean, I can still just kill Angler, attack, trade here. Either of these trade with this. They have 0 cards in hand. Cast down. Okay. So I just cast down the Angler, trade here maybe. I guess I start with Bonder's Ornament, draw a card. I know this should almost certainly resolve. Because I could find another removal spell. I don't. Why don't I just pass? Because I don't need to trade this for this. Because I could just draw another removal spell. So I guess I just upkeep, cast down the Angler. Sucks to just leave them with the Monarch, but there's nothing I can really do. I don't really want to just trade off my thing and then have no way to take the Monarch if I find another removal spell. Also, any bounce land, I can bounce Mire back or Bog. Probably Mire, and then just keep getting Dino back every bounce land I draw. They went bottom, bottom. They draw a card. I mean, they can find a lot more removal too, but maybe with our learn package, we can just grind them out. Go Visionary, draw. Bonders. All right, let's draw a card with Bonders. And then just play another one. And then now I will attack. They can just trade it for Thorn. And then I'm threatening to take the Monarch still with Visionary. And now I can start drawing 2 extra cards a turn with these Bonders. So I'm still doing fine. I still have 3 Cram sessions left in my deck, right? I've only used the one that I got the Fractal Summoning with. Another Angler here. Okay, that's the problem. But I have a lot of removal. Snuff Out does not kill this. Chainer's Edict does. Nice. Let's just try to Edict and get in there for the Monarch. Cast down this. All right, it's out of mana. Again, I'm kind of fine just to leave them with the Monarch. I think I can probably just make them mill out. So we'll see. Draw. Let's just draw again right now. Okay, pass. Now it would be better to have the Fractal Summoning still in my deck. All right, Delver. I think I'm just going to end of turn Snuff Out because I do have these Bonders Ornaments that take a lot of mana. So let's just cast this. I know they could like Force Spike me or something here, but I don't think they really play that effect. I mean, maybe they do in Blue-Black Delver, but they haven't shown it yet. Just rather be efficient and not spend my life. That could have been wrong. That might have just been greedy. Still have plenty of cards left in library. I'm not really worried about that. Okay, so now I can go Rot Farm back, the Mire. I don't really care about exiling their graveyard too much. I'd rather get another threat back on top of my library. Not going to play Pestilence, obviously. Yeah, where are the Cram sessions at? What am I getting on the next Cram session? Maybe just like an Inkling Summoning, or even a Pest Summoning to play around Edicts. Delver, okay. I'll probably just lead on... Maybe I can just flashback an Edict here. Cast down. I think I can just flashback Edict like I was saying. They probably don't have any Bogs, but still. Okay, then let's just Mire back Dino. Maybe I should have just gone Mire back Dino and then cast Dino right now. Maybe... Okay. Guess there's no point to really drawing a card right now because I know Dino's on top and I don't have enough mana. I could even wait on casting Dino until they play another threat because they're also just going to mill out from the Monarch. So they're the ones that actually have to kill me. I don't think they have enough threats left to win, actually. I think they're just going to mill out. Bottom, bottom. We've dealt with 2 Anglers, 2 or 3 Delvers. Because I can just stop drawing cards whenever. Draw the Dino, and then draw another card. I'm a little bit behind on time, but that's typical. I mean, I'm recording. I'm talking about all my plays, so I'm not playing as fast as I could. Crypt Rats. Alright, I think I will just Dino, whatever. I can still hit a cram session, which would be good. I do. Nice. Now let's just get Inkling Summoning, I think. Could get Pest Summoning, but I don't mind Inkling. And then I'll probably play Crypt Rats as well. I'm in no rush to draw more cards. I'll just play a tap land. We're at 19 now. They're at 16. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 black mana. They Echoing Decay the Crypt Rats. I mean, I can just fire it off for damage, but then I lose this, so I'll just let it go. It's fine. They have 5 cards in hand, so yeah, they can kill all my stuff. Recoil that. Okay. Well, recoil is good to know about. I have 18 cards left. They have 15. Again, I could just consider to not take the Monarch here and just let them mill out. I don't think they have enough ways to kill me. So I think, as weird as it is, I think I'm just not going to attack. Oh, cram session for Introduction to Annihilation, mill you out? That would be sick. I just want to do that so bad. I mean, they went bottom bottom on a couple preordains. I don't know if they wanted to shuffle there. Oh, I guess they just brainstorm shuffled, so never mind. I could have drawn a card. Let me just look at my deck. What do I have left? I have 2 Dinos, Thorn, 1 Packmate, a bunch of removal spells, and some Bonders ornaments. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just going to not... I guess I could just attack and then play Pestilence. I think I'm just not going to attack. Again, I think they're just going to mill out. I just don't want to take the Monarch and then accidentally mill out before I kill them if they just have like infinite removal spells in hand. So yeah, I think that's the line I'm going to do. Oh, I was supposed to hold another land for like a second recoil maybe? Whatever. Gurmag, it's fine. Delver, sure. I was also probably supposed to Pestilence, but now I can just Pestilence next turn. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to Pestilence here. Guess I'll just do it on their end step. They have 10 cards left. I mean, again, I think this Pestilence should almost certainly resolve, and then I think they just lose. Draw. Another Dino. Sweet. Draw, draw. Again, I'm just not going to attack. I just don't think I even want to take the Monarch. Three, 4, 5. They're at 13. How many black? How much black sources do I have? I know I could probably kill them. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Not quite. I'll just dino here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dino. Oh, I missed hat. Still pretty laggy here. Uh, I'm just not gonna cast Thorn. And I just don't think they have any way to kill me. Chainer's Edict, nice. They only really play 4 Delver, 4 Angler, 4 of the Augur Bolas. And that's the only really ways they have to win. I think they've used all their Anglers now. Yep, all 4 Anglers down. I mean, I can go for the win. Is there a reason not to? Probably not. Because now if I just hit for damage, I just kill with Pestilence. So much for all that, but I think I still played it safe. I can also just Pestilence for 11 here. 3, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I can just Pestilence for the win as well. Cast down, resolves. I don't think they have, this lag is just weird. It's hard to play in. All right, so I did take the Monarch, which I said I wasn't going to do this entire time. But now I'm just going to, I think, just go for this. This takes longer also, which kind of sucks. GG. I gotta keep clicking though. All right, GG, let's go sideboard. That was only game 1 and I used 15 minutes off my clock. Spider, I think is good. Reaping is good. The rest seems good. And what is bad? Snuff Out kills Delver, but it doesn't kill Angler or Thorn. Kills Augur, but I mean, Snuff Out's not great. I could go down on them. I like Reaping and I like Pulse. Definitely like Cram Session here. I don't know if I need as many Pestilence. As you saw, it kind of like sat in my hand for a while. I could even just go down like Pestilence altogether. It's just not that great in this matchup in general. Yeah, I don't hate this. I could just side it out altogether. Is that just totally wrong? I mean, most of the time it's just going to trade for one thing. They often aren't like committing multiple threats to the board. And this deals both of us a bunch of damage. I mean, I guess I can kill them with Pestilence. Maybe 1 is where I want to be. I like all the removal, I think. Could also just go 1 Crypt Rats, 1 Pestilence. Again, because both those cards aren't that great in this matchup. I think I'm just going to side out all the Pestilence and just, I can have Crypt Rats for a way to win. Do I want this? I don't think so. All right, let's go. Let's try it like this. Let's go game 2. Got to play a little bit faster here. The server is still lagging a little bit, so it makes it tough. And just mulligan this. 1 land. I can mulligan this too. Right, I'll keep this. Put back Forest. Basic. Pretty unfortunate there. Just lead Chasm. Could lead Basic to like Disguise everything else I have because I'm probably playing Rot Farm on 2, but it's fine. Now I think I might just cast down this Augur right now. Maybe I just don't care about it. They missed on that. That sucks. All right, I'm going to Rot Farm. I'm just going to ignore this for now. Now, especially that I know that they're just blue-black Delver and I don't need to worry about Ninja that much. I think I'd rather just get my Rot Farm down. Relic? Sure. Relic is annoying against me. Absolutely. Dino? I should have played Chasm there. I was thinking I was going to jam Bonders, but I'm actually not. So I'm just going to pass. Because I don't want my Bonders just to get countered here. I'll just take one off Augur again. I might kill it end of turn. See what they do. Probably not playing Bonders again. We'll see what I draw. Cram Session. All right, I like that. If they counter this Cram Session, then Cram Session is good. No, they don't. Okay. I can get an Introduction to Prophecy, or I can just get a Summoning. I think I like just Inkling Summoning. It's kind of annoying for them to deal with. Just a 2/1 flying. Oh no, my clock against Relic. They cycle Ash Barrens. Again, I just think they have a counterspell here, and I just don't want this to get countered. They definitely have a counterspell. All right. Let's just go Summoning. I'm just going to have to get 2-for-1 by this. Which isn't great. I mean, I could just take 2 at least this time because I could try. Oh, they're just going to play a removal spell. Okay. I want to be able to resolve this. It's actually pretty good against this. Exile that. Preordain. I'm probably just going to time out here, I feel like. I'll try to play fast. They're going to miss on another Augur? No. If they're tanking this long, they're going to hit, almost assuredly. They're just deciding what to take. Dispel. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Now they have Counterspell and Dispel. It's annoying. Thorn. All right, let's just try to go Spider. Probably just going to get countered. I'm still at 20 here. If I draw lands, I can just get this Dino going. I can also play multiple cast downs, but cast down's obviously not very good against that. Gonna go for Bonders now. Nice. I probably need to go for a cast down. I mean, I know they have a Dispel, but I need to use my mana because I'm really tight on mana here. I think almost assuredly they are going to go for Dispel here. Maybe not. Maybe they'll Dispel after they upgrade to a 3/3. Yeah, they just snap off a Dispel. We've definitely played Sweet before, though, like 100%. They have only 2 cards in hand. We don't know about either of them. Tap land, pass. Probably just going to take 3 and then draw a card with Ornament here. A basic land cycle, sure. Get Swamp. I'll get Island, okay. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm definitely drawing a card with Ornament end of turn. I want to hit an untapped land for Dino. Down to 11. 7 minutes 45 left on my clock. Visionary, okay. Bog is decent. I can take some more damage. That's not that bad. All right, let's go Cram Session. Now what am I getting? I could get Introduction to Annihilation for this. That's not bad. think I'm actually going to do it. I think it's safe. I know I let them draw a card, but it just is an answer for this that I don't have to spend 2 cards on. This is still my turn. Is this Behold? I think it is. Oh, Snuff Out? Sure. I'm at 15. They have 1 card left. And it's a land. Okay, so they're out of gas. I know this draws them a card. That's not ideal, but I mean, this is a 2 for 1 anyway, so I don't hate it. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could also just lead on Dino. It's not bad. Thorn? Okay. I can also Thorn here. Take the Monarch and then protect the Monarch potentially. Oh, Snuff Out is great. All right, now let's just go Thorn. I don't have too much time to think here, so I'm just going to go Thorn past the turn. And then play a couple removal spells trying to protect the Monarchy. Reaping the Graves? Okay, well that's not very good against Relic. Are they ever going to pop that, or are they just always holding on to it for dear life? Now I'm going to have to kill this, obviously. Gonna have to try to win this game because it's gonna be hard to win the next game in 7 minutes. They're really taxing my clock with this. What is this? Another Thorn? Oh, Angler. Okay. I think I want to just drop a Dino here. I still have a Snuff Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana Dino. Oh my god. My clock, my clock. Dino into Bonders. No counterspell one time. Exile Relic, looking for counter. Nice. I think I'm just going to upkeep, Snuff Out this. Another Snuff Out, sure. I guess there's no reason to do that, but because I have this, but I need to trade that for. I need to trade the Dino for the Angler here. Chainer's Edict. All right, they might be able to take the Monarch, but I can just take it back. Flashback, Chainer's Edict. Yeah, it's bad. So I have to just take a hit here, go to 1, and then somehow survive. They draw another card. I think I misplayed this. I have a Visionary. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So I can go Visionary, Annihilation, and I cannot Snuff Out. I can also go play Thorn. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can go play Thorn, play Snuff Out, then I die. Damn. I think I'm dead, right? What can I do? I guess I can lead on Visionary. Pulse, okay. That can allow me to survive, I think. Pulse back Dino. Play Rot Farm. And then I'm probably just going Chump Angler here. Not even going to cast the Snuff Out for 4 life. Just going to go to 5. Yeah, I really need to try to win this game because my clock is going to be so short for the 3rd game. They brainstorm. They still do have the Monarch. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Wish I had one more mana. Recoil. Okay, did that just kill me? I think it does, right? Yeah, I think I'm just dead. Damn. GG, GG. Let's go game 3. It's going to be tight here. Just going to have to try to play as fast as possible. That was also a mulligan to 5 for us. All right. Let's just try to not time out. Would you like to play first? Yes. Keep this. Okay. Just going to be F6ing a lot here because clock is so important. Probably just jamming Ornament on 3. I could jam Visionary. Maybe that's better. I think it is, actually. Meyer, not bad. Okay. I don't mind redrawing that. Stormbound Geist. Okay. Let's go Bonders. Do I want to just like cram session right now? I think I like it. Maybe just get the introduction to Annihilation again. This could be wrong, but I like it as an answer for this. Thorn. Okay. And I'm definitely in trouble, that's for sure. Penumbra Spider. I actually like that a lot. Let's just go Spider and then cast down right now. And then I'm threatening to take the Monarch next turn. They can't attack. At 4 minutes, it's going to be tight. And if they kill this, I can always mire it back. The clock sweats. Okay, there's Augur. Agony Warp. That's annoying. If they attack, I'm still going to snap block. Bonders. Let's just go Bonders. Play another Bonders. Meyer. I think I will use it. Just F6. This has just been a really long match. Thought I was probably going to be able to win game 2, but I think I could have played a little bit better as well. Okay, get a black 2/4, not bad. And then Edict, recoil it. Let's just get rid of this Annihilation at this point. Get hit for 3, and then I can pulse back my Spider, which is pretty annoying. Yeah, they can counter it, but nothing I can do. Let's lead on this. Just try to bait a counter. Doesn't work. Just do this now so I can F6. It's more important than playing correctly, I think. They did have a counter spell, wow. Three minutes. Can start drawing cards with Ornament. Yeah, this thing has been annoying. Probably misplayed versus the recoil as well. Having to discard this was actually pretty bad. I wanted to be able to answer this cleanly. They have 5 cards in hand. Yeah, just rough here. Probably just shouldn't have gotten this. Could have gotten just like anything else. It's just hard to play when you're just like under so much time pressure. on. Did I tap wrong? No, I just didn't tap one of the forests. Brutal. Rot farm. Jeez. Okay. Taking a bunch of damage here. I actually need to draw with Ornament later to be able to block Augur here. The 1 damage could actually matter. Okay, well, they just kill my thing. Okay, Dino is good. Dino gives me a chance. And I can also pick up Mire with this Rot Farm. There's Crypt Rats. Do I just go for that? No. Maybe I do. I can still Dino after this. Counter. I really just need to take actions here. Oh, I tapped one too many mana. It's fine. Visionary. And F6, F6. Okay, I'll just have to mire that back. Also just getting beaten down here. They just took the Monarch too early, I think. I think I'm just dead. Pretty unfortunate. Thought I was going to get this. Didn't play tight enough, I don't think. So, kind of deserved that. But that's okay. I feel like this deck is pretty decent, and I don't hate the lesson package. I just don't know if it's quite good enough. Okay, now a Crypt Rats doesn't even do it. This is going to be tough here. Packmate. Chainer's Edict. Oh, they can just sack this and then sack it again. Whoops. Oh, I'm just dead on board. I can go block, and then I'm dead. GG's. They got us. There was a couple things I could have done differently. I could have not gotten Introduction to Annihilation. I could have... Let's see. I could have played my early turns different. Potentially this game. Game 2 could have been different as well. Still GG's. Opponent played well. They got us. They just grinded us out with the Monarch. 2 close matches. I'll keep playing. Let's go round 3. All right, we're against Lindoso again. Let's play first. They're going to be on Boggles, I assume. Yeah, this hand looks fine. I think I'll just lead Mire to get my tap land out of the way. Or, I don't know if I need to, but I think I'm going to. I can always pick it up later. And if they are on Boggles again, we know they're on a new league. Maybe it's not. Okay, it's not. Yeah, because we knew they were on a new league, so we don't know if they were on the same deck. Turned out they were not. Let's just foretell a Packmate here. I don't think I need to leave up Snuff Out by playing Swamp. I definitely would rather foretell. Radiant Fountain. Okay, does that mean they're on Boros Monarch? Yeah. Okay, this should be a reasonable matchup. I don't hate just Visionary because it's mana efficient. Also makes more mana than playing Packmate, so I like this. Edict, sure. The Wraths should be pretty solid in this matchup. Core Skyfisher here, or no? Bolt, sure. Bolt into Glinthawk, that's fine. I can just play a Pestilence. Then I have to play Ash Barrens, which isn't ideal. I guess I'm just going to play Packmate, because I can still Pestilence after Packmating. Alright, let's just cast this. It's pretty obvious. Play Chasm. And I think I'm just going to cycle now, just so I can F6, because I don't want to Time out again. I know I might want to snuff out something, but I'm just going to F6 for now because I'm probably not going to. I'm probably just going to Pestilence, so I'll just take some damage here. I'll play Pestilence next turn, though. Okay, let's go land. So I can also just go play Crypt Rats for 2 right now, attack for 3. I mean, seems great, right? I get to attack for 3, kill their board. And then still have my Pestilence. I like it. Prism. I mean, yeah, they got to draw cards on those Glenhawks, but that's fine. Core Skyfisher, sure. Now I can Edict them. If I draw a land, I can play a Thorn too, which would be pretty sick. I guess I would have to draw an untapped land to be able to do that. Can also Snuff Out and Thorn. I think I like that the best. Let's see, my other line is like, yeah, if I go Snuff Out, I'm definitely going Thorn. I like it. It just gets me the Monarch right now. Yeah, I go to 10, and I could die to like a Flurry of Bolts, but I also have a lot of life gain in my deck. And this just gets me a pretty safe Monarch here. I guess this is bad against a potential Monarch from them, but not even really. Because then they just tap out for that, and I just play a removal spell, take the Monarch back. Okay, well, I have an answer for that. Prism, sure. I'm pretty close to being able to kill them with a Pestilence. Let's attack for 4, and then just cast a Packmate. Just going actual mid-range here. Cast down, sure. I mean, if they have like double Galvanic Blast Bolt or double Bolt Blast, then sure. But otherwise, I think I win. Maybe not right now. Bog me, sure. I want to draw some way to gain life, like a cram session or something here, just so I can feel safe. Land. All right. Let's just go attack with everything, see if they don't block. Because I can't, let's see. If I go cast down, then I only have 4 mana left after that. Yeah, let's just attack with all. They can chump a Packmate if they want. Oh, them spending removal on my creatures is good for me, I think. A Braid is whatever, sure. All right, they're taking because they want to try to take the Monarch back, but I'm not going to allow that. I'm just going to go Packmate and then Chainer's Edict you. So yeah, they basically have to kill me here. So yeah, I guess this opponent just plays different decks all the time. Guardian of the Guild Pack. It's good against Pestilence. Journey, one of my things. Yeah, I mean, I can just Chainer's Edict them, but I can't kill, right? So let's go Edict you, attack for 4, and then just play a Pestilence, I guess. Yeah, they could kill both my creatures and then kill this Pestilence, but then I can just always play another one. Oh, Golden Egg, gain 3. Or potential to gain 3. They play a Great Furnace. I think Gleeful Sabotage is reasonable in this matchup because being able to just kill lands is really good. Yeah, it's just a pretty standard Boros Monarch deck. Another grindy matchup here. I want to just face Burn with this deck. With the Cram Sessions and the Pulse of Maratha main. Okay, so they're just dead. I guess they could have a Bolt. Yeah. Okay. I think all these are decent. Duress? I mean, it's fine. I can take like Prism or Spare Supplies or something and kind of mess up their draws. I think it's good enough. I could just miss on it, but yeah, I don't hate it. The thing is, everything is pretty good. I could see going down on a Snuff Out just because, yeah, it's good, but they actually have a lot of Bolt and Galvanic Blast, so I don't want to pay too much life. I could see going down on a Pestilence too. Maybe I'm just not going to bring in these Duress. It's just a little too aggro. I mean, I have Gleeful Sabotage that I can just hopefully kill 2 lands with like later in the game. Nihil Spellbomb's actually not bad against them as well. Sometimes they bring in like Reaping the Graves, or they have like Omen of the Dead with Core Skyfisher and stuff. I just don't know if I care about that. I can just try to outgrind them in other ways. I can side out like a Cast Down just because it's not like great value. I think Chainer's Edict is good, but maybe it's just bad because of Thraben Inspector. I mean, it's good value when they don't have Thraben, but they're often going to have Thraben, and I don't want to have to like have an Edict in my hand when they have a Thraben on the board. Yeah, I like that because, yeah, this is good. Again, when they don't have Thraben, to cast and flash back and kill 2 creatures is really strong. But when they have Thraben, it's just so annoying. Maybe I just side all of them out and then bring in like Spellbomb or Duress. Just bring in 1 Duress. Take out the Edicts, 1 Pestilence, which I like, going down to 2/2. It should have maybe just been, the deck maybe should just have 4 Wraths, but this is better obviously against the go wide decks. I like this. Let's try it. See if we can get a match win here. We've been doing well, and then we just like have not quite been getting there. All right, I'm gonna keep this. I think this is an example of a time when we're likely to get environmental sciences with this first frame session, just to continue to hit land drops. They're on 5. Jeez. We can also just duress like a, if they like keep only like 1 Pathetic Prism and I can just snipe it with this duress, that is ideal. 3 cards left. Hopefully I don't miss on this duress. I probably won't, but I'm gonna fire it off. Oh my god, I got wrecked. Got fucking wrecked there. That felt real bad. And then they can just start Core Skyfishing back Thrabens for value. That is disgusting. Not like this deck. Not like this. Okay, that is a good draw. I'm definitely going to get Environmental Sciences here. And then cast it and get a Forest next turn. And this is just gaining me life, buying me time while I'm hitting land drops. It's clunky, but it's good. I do like this lesson package. It's not looking that good in these games, but I think in the long run it's going to be pretty decent. And then they bounce Ancient Den and play Core Skyfisher. They're going aggro. Got to get this down at some point before I take too much damage. Wow, they bounce Clue. They're going aggro. They're thinking like, I just got to win the long game, I guess. All right, now I could just play a Bonder's Ornament. Because if I just play Environmental Sciences, it's not even that sick here. Because I hit my land drop, so I like this. If I draw an untapped land, I could consider Environmental Sciences plus Foretell Packmate, and then like Pestilence on the next turn, but I'm probably just gonna jam this. It's nice to hit my land drop. All right, why don't I do this? Environmental sciences for swamp, play visionary. This looks good to me. Another bonders. Okay. Get hit for 4. They draw a card. I can pestilence away most of the board here. Yeah, this looks good. Ash Barrens. Okay. So let's go cycle Ash Barrens, actually get a swamp. Oh, I could have, no, I couldn't play Ash Barrens because I already have 2 green sources. Let's get another swamp, play swamp, and then play pestilence, and then just pestilence for 2. Do I need to pestilence for 2 right now? Is there anything they can do that's annoying? I think I'll just wait to go to their combat. This is looking good here. Because, yeah, this is going to get in, but then my pestilence stays alive as well, which is pretty nice. Okay, I go to 9. I have 4, 5, 6 mana, so 1 mana off Dino. They just had a bad mulligan there, so unfortunate for them. But, I mean, this game's not over. I could still lose. If I draw an untapped land, I'm going to slam Dino. Not so lucky. So I can go to 6. I mean, I don't love that. I think I like just like, let's see, 4, 5, 6 mana. I can just go play Bonders, play Packmate, or I can even go play Bonders, play Visionary. I don't want to go to 6 and die to double bolt. I guess I'm only taking 1 extra damage if I just pestilence this away and go to 6, but again, then I do die to double lightning bolt. They probably sided out some number of bolts as well. All right. I'm just gonna hope to not die to double bolt, I guess. Maybe that's wrong. Is it better just to play Packmate and then into Dino? All right, I'll just do that. I'll just go to 7 because they don't have even Metalcraft for Galblast yet. So I'll just take 2, go to 7 rather than going to 6, and then I can Dino. Oh, could I have played a land? Just playing sloppy this league. Could end up costing me. Glint Hawk, bounce Prism. So now if I Pestilence for 3, I go to 4, and then I just die to 1 Galvanic Blast. Meyer. Let's just go Dino. Ram Session. Wholesome Rasa, I'll take that. That's even better. And just play Chasm. Attack for 3. Now I'm feeling pretty safe. If they have like a journey for this Dino, they get in for 4, but then I'm at 9. A braid. Okay, that's fine. So again, if they untap and go journey attack for 4, that's not great for me, but it's definitely something I can beat. Okay. Guardian. No attacks from them. Or are they going to attack and bolt? No. Okay, let's just Dino again. I could have mired back my Packmate, but I guess this is fine. I can get Ash Barrens back as well. Didn't let me choose new targets? That was weird. Why didn't it let me choose new targets on the storm? Maybe I misclicked through it. I'm not sure. So they can get in for 2 here. Do I attack? I don't think so. No, because I want to be able to stop their flyers. So they can hit me down to 11. I can start drawing a bunch of cards. Probably should have just played Meyer. Glinthawk. Okay, they're getting value. Now I can consider just, yeah, especially now that they can't bolt this turn, I can just go Pestilence for 3 and then attack for 12. Especially if I could draw a way to gain life. I think I'm going to do that. I'm at 8. Again, I could die to double bolt again, but I'll try to draw something here. Just go visionary, I guess, unless I draw something else I want to cast. Crypt Rats. That would have been nice to know. Oh, I just punted. I just could have just won. Well, I am just not playing well here. Wow. Massive punt. Now I'm probably going to die to double bolt. Oh my god. Huge punt. It's not. Okay, well, I'll probably get punished here and then lose the match and then drop the league. So, yeah, I'm probably gonna just lose here to double burn spell. Yep. No. No. Oh my god. That's so embarrassing. That felt so bad. Still gonna leave the duress in. Oh my god. God damn, let's just go game 3. Okay, huge punt. Seems to just be the way the league is going here. I'm just fucking up. I'll keep this. Can put back one of these rats. The combo of Ash Barrens plus Rock Farm is actually pretty nice. Oh god, now I just have to play this whole game out. Definitely annoying. I think I'm gonna go Rot Farm and then basic land cycle. Just like that line. And then next turn I can go Visionary. I can just cram session later. There's no rush. They're gonna do kind of a similar trick here, it looks like. Oh man, feels so. I hate misplaying so much. It just feels so bad in like the pit of your stomach. Just like you fucked up and you can't go back, and you're just like, why didn't I just do it? Why didn't I just play correctly? Hopefully, I just don't get punished here like usual. Galvanic Blast my thing. That is fine. The Raven Inspector, that's fine too. And then Bog me, sure. I'm not in a rush to kill this. Thorn? All right, I'm going to go Thorn here. If they play a card to take the Monarch, it's bad, but I do have a Snuff Out for their Thraben, so they'll probably go like Bolt my Thorn, try to take the Monarch, and then I'll just Snuff Out the Thraben at that point. But this is a fairly safe Monarch with this Snuff Out here, I think. Prism, sure. Maybe they're looking for another burn spell for this. Glinthawk. Return an artifact, so they probably just return this. Okay. Well, I don't even need to play the Snuff Out, which is nice. Can't quite Crypt Rats for 2 this turn. I draw an actual swamp, I can, but only if I draw a literal swamp. Mire, close, but not quite. This is interesting. I can go cram session, get an inkling token and play it, or I can just leave up cast down. I can also play Ash Barrens here. It's not that bad. It gives me one less black source, but then I can play a visionary and leave up snuff out and cast down. I think I like that the best. Just try to retain the monarch here. Which I should be pretty safe to do. Okay, there's a swamp. I'm gonna have to play a removal spell on that Glinthawk now because I don't have a blocker for it. I'll just cast down it. Even if they play like a Monarch card here, I can most likely take the Monarch back. So I should be okay. Guardian of the Guild Pack. Okay. Oh yeah, maybe I'm supposed to have edicts for those. Because that's definitely a problem. Definitely a problem here. Oh, I can... Is my fractal token blue and green? Yeah, that's actually so interesting. Oh, I can also just get Introduction to Annihilation and just let them draw a card. The problem is they're going to take the Monarch right here. I think I want to get Fractal Summoning with one of these and then Introduction to Annihilation with the other one. Guess I'll just get Fractal Summoning here. And then go land, Bonder's Ornament, play another one. Oh, I could have just gone Intro to Annihilation right now because I had another mana. This is so bad. I mean, everybody has their bad days, and this is definitely one for me here. Oh, God. Now they get to take the Monarch. I'm still doing okay, I think. But, oh, man, that is disgusting. I'll have to just play that next turn and try to take the Monarch back somehow. So bad. Okay, another Snuff Out is actually really good, especially considering I'm at 28. But this game, though, they can easily have a turn here where they take the Monarch and prevent me from taking it with a couple of removal spells. Oh my god. I mean, a huge Fractal might be decent against them because most of their removal is just burn based. I hope they just play like two creatures. Okay. I'm gonna need to snuff out that Thraben before it blocks because I need to get in and take the Monarch back. So I should be fine here. They get to draw one card. Okay. Again, should be okay. We'll see. Let's go snuff out for 4 life, go to 22, attack with both. They can bolt one thing, and then I intro to Annihilation this. Because this is just pro monocolored and this is colorless. Okay. So again, should be safe now, but Jesus Christ, I'm playing bad. 3, 4, 5. I think having this card in the sideboard is worth it. They draw a card. And then I think I'm just going to play out a blank Mire. Sure. Bolt something. Gall Blast that. Sure. I can just play a massive Fractal next turn. That's probably what I'm going to do. Gall Blast that. Sure. Palace Sentinels. Take the Monarch. Okay. Still have a Snuff Out, which is decent. Glinthawk. Kind of want to just Crypt Rats away their board now. I know they have the Monarch, but or do I just play a huge Fractal this turn and then next turn Crypt Rats away their board? I think that's probably better because then that's only bad against specifically Journey. And I can't take the Monarch back right now anyway. Just make a 7/7. And then I can either Crypt Rats for 4 or maybe play 2 removal spells depending on what I draw. They just play more creatures. Yeah, I just get to play a big Crypt Rats here. Yeah, I know they could have another Galvanic Blast, but they've already played 3. So I guess they could have a Lightning Bolt though, because I need to Crypt Rats for 4. Okay, well now if they don't play another creature, I can just snuff out this attack. And then Crypt Rats for 2, which I'm gonna do. I think that's the safest line. Because then they need Galvanic Blast plus Bolt for this. Okay, feeling better again now, but Jesus, I'm playing so bad. Let's just snuff out that and attack. And then let's see if I can kill with a Crypt Rats. They're at 10, so I cannot kill this turn. But maybe with my next Crypt Rats I can kill. Prismatic Strands. That's annoying. Okay, well now I'm going to Crypt Rats right now, I think. So they chose green. So now I just Crypt Rats for 2. As weird as that is. I could do it for more, but I think just doing it for 2 is strong here. And then I get to just play a Visionary afterwards. Should have just easily won the last game. I had the win on board and in hand, or just on board, and I just didn't do it. So that always sucks. Abrade my Visionary. I guess they would abrade the Bonders over anything. They just crack a clue. They have another Strands, but they don't have a creature to flash back yet. But I had to Crypt Rats on my turn, otherwise they get to flash back Strands. I guess I could have allowed that, but I'd rather just get the Glinthawk off the table, honestly. This 7/7 is still like a pretty big threat of just killing them. Wow, they do value killing that over this. Okay, they have Journey. Okay, well that's good. I have Dino here. They go to 17. Spare supplies, sure. They still have the Monarch after all this time. Rot Farm. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could have cast Ornament first. Maybe I was supposed to. Classic. I just always hit removal spell when there's nothing to hit. Now I can Mire back. Thorn. I mean, yeah, not playing Ornament was another mistake. This league is just riddled with misplays, so again, apologize for that. But it'll happen. Oh, they bounce Journey. Oh yeah, because it's on my Fractal token. That's annoying. Man, I'm just getting crushed here. And they can just counter my Crypt Rat activation with Strands. Molten Rain? Sure. Go to 12. Cram Session. What can I get? I can get Inkling Summoning. I can get Pest Summoning. I can get Introduction to Prophecy. Why don't I just go Crypt Rats and then activate right now? Because then I can cram session plus like pest summoning or something to try to take the Monarch. Or no, I can't. I think I still want to do this now. They have to just strands. Maybe it's better to do it on their end of turn. I can just go play Bonder's Ornament. Play Cram Session. Can get Inkling Summoning, or I can. Oh, now I can't even Crypt Rats right now. Oh my god, this is just like I deserve. I'm just gonna drop this league. This is just like so freaking bad. This is so bad. It's like just incredible how bad this is. Okay, let's just get an Intro to Prophecy, I suppose. And Mire back Thorn. I deserve to lose this match. After just playing this badly. I probably misplayed like 4 or 5 times this match alone, and I just the onboard win, just not doing it. Disgusting. Again, luckily I'm already 0-2 in this league. So if I just get to drop and just start a new league, then that's fine too. Lightning Bolt my Crypt Rats. Classic. Now I don't even get to fire off the activation. And then they bog my graveyard away. Okay. I go to 14. This league, though. Drawing Thorn. I need another Crypt Rats or something. Just play a 3-mana Preordain. Bottom, bottom. Packmate. Okay. Definitely losing here. I mean, I'm definitely behind. Might as well just play this. At least I get to take the Monarch, draw 1 card. They kill this. Oh, they just draw a card. Okay, that's a fine draw. They have 7 cards in hand, though, to my 1. Thraben, sure. They can attack, take the Monarch. They're just drawing more cards. They might not have much in hand. All right, I go to 10. They take the Monarch. They're just drawing a bunch of cards over there. Double Skyfisher. Oh no, they bounced one. Oh, they're just bouncing all their Skyfishers to essentially give them vigilance to protect the Monarch. Makes sense. Now they return to Prism. They probably have like another Lightning Bolt or something. And they even have strands in the yard still, because I messed up on that Crypt Rats as well. And now the bog got me there as well. Let's just draw. There's another ornament. I think I'm attacking with both. I can't really block that well anyway. If they go for like a double block, I can go for a cast down. They'll probably just Lightning Bolt my Packmate. Okay, they are going for a double block. And then they're just gonna strands here, I assume. Just a braid, sure. And they're going strands. Why are they going strands? Just to save their STRIXHAVEN? To hit for 1 more damage, I guess? I'm not 100% on that. I'm just going to pulse this over playing Bonders. Go to a higher life total. I like that they used their strands. I mean, they could easily have a bunch more strands in hand. That deck often only plays 2, but they only have 18 cards left in their deck. Molten Rain, okay. Taking me down on mana, definitely annoying. I go to 9. Definitely, like I've been saying, I definitely deserve to lose after just not playing into the onboard win. This game has actually been pretty decent, except, I mean, I've also been misplaying this game. So again, just really embarrassing here. I'll still post this video. Just show you that everybody has bad days. I mean, I generally feel pretty good about my plays, but here, definitely not. Okay, I need to draw Wrath, which I don't have that many of. And I don't have much mana because they've killed 2 of my Rot Farms. Interesting that they decide to bring in Molten Rain in this matchup. Just going to die to all their Skyfishers here, probably. Gleeful Sabotage, that is not good anymore. And I guess I can kill Journey plus, like, land or something. I'd have to tap 2 of my things to do that. I think that's worth. Let's just play Ornament. And then just go cast with Conspire, kill this, and then I choose the other target later. I'm at 9. Cast with Conspire on this. Oh, I can't Conspire because I thought I could tap 1 green and 1 that shares a color with it. So you can only tap green. I thought I could tap black creatures for the black cost. Okay, well, whatever. I'll just cast. I thought I could like tap green creatures for the green mana and black creatures for the colorless cost, but I guess not. Just use it as a naturalize. Yeah, no attack. They're drawing more cards. Interesting. I mean, I guess they can just draw their deck and then just play a flurry of like lightning bolts, target me. Oh, they have another journey. Okay, and then they just lightning bolt me. So yeah, I lose. Feels so bad. I just really, really want out of this league at this point. I think they have bolt. I played like horribly that entire match. It happens. Again, I was 0-2 in this league already, so honestly, I kind of like dropping at 0-2 anyway because yeah, I can win out sometimes and then get, 1 chest, but it's better to at least lose this match than lose round 5 and then get basically nothing, get 50 play points. So now I'm just going to start another league. I mean, Windows have just crushed us, beating us twice with 2 different decks, but I obviously should have been, I should have won game 2 there in match 3 and should have been 1 and 2 and moving on, but just punted. It happens. Lost all those matches 1-2, and they were all pretty close. And I think I played bad in pretty much all of them. So bad league, bad play by me. It happens. I'll tighten up for the next one. My channel is youtube.com/snapbolt. I'm going to drop from this. I like this deck a lot. Um, it's very slow, um, but I didn't hate the cram session package. We never got expanded anatomy, but I could see in certain matchups getting it. We got environmental sciences, we got prophecy, we got annihilation. We actually, oh, we did get pest summoning one, so we got almost everything. So I actually like having a massive learn package there, but I think the deck is fine. I think it's actually decent. It has some really strong matchups. And I think if I just played better, I think we would have, maybe even been 2-1 there. But instead we were 0-3. So bad league, but I've actually 4-1 the last 3 or 4 leagues before this. So I've been doing really well. So it's fine to have a bad league. I'm just not going to get down in the dumps about it. Just going to keep my head up, and I'll do better in the next league. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time. Peace.